Hello to all my viewers, and I'm right now conducting a classroom session or a discussion in regards to the sexual harassment of women at workplace. Okay friends, you all are welcome to watch this video. Good morning sir, my name is Nisha. I want to know, because I do work in the field of HR as an HR executive. I want to know about the sexual harassment of women at workplace. Tell me in brief, what do you want to know about it? Sir, I want to know the prevention, prohibition and repression of the sexual harassment of women at workplace. Okay Nisha, in short, although the topic is very big, but in very short manner, today I will tell you in brief about the sexual harassment of women at workplace, how to prevent it. Okay. So, in regards to manage or to regulate the activities of the sexual harassment of women at workplace are to be monitored or directed or to be deal under the Sexual Harassment of Women at Workplace Prevention, Prohibition and Redressal Act 2013. Means this act was passed in 2013. Nisha, as you know, India is a democratic country. Under Indian Constitution, Section 16(2) makes it clear that no discrimination can be done on the ground of caste, creed, color, sex for the employment of any state under the provision. Hence, as well as the Equal Remuneration Act makes it clear that for a particular work, equal salary or wages to be given to the employee, no matter whether it's male or female. So, hence, I would like to say that in this developing thoughts of all the human beings, not only in India but all around the world. So there is equality between men and women, especially in regard to work, because they are taking a step forward towards the growth of the country and the society, as well as to their families. So in brief, I am going to tell you about the provisions which are laid out under the Sexual Harassment of Women at Workplace Act 2013. Sir, what is the definition of sexual harassment under the Sexual Harassment of Women at Workplace Prevention, Prohibition and Redressal Act 2013? Nisha, sexual harassing, physical contact and advances, a demand of request for sexual favor, making sexuality colored remarks, showing pornography, any other unwelcome physical, verbal or non-verbal conduct of sexual nature. Women employee, not necessarily regular but can also be a daily worker, ad hoc employee. Okay, at workplace. While definition includes department, establishment, hospital, nursing home or dwelling house, aggrieved women can be of any. There is no age limit to file a complaint. Sir, what are the preventing measures for sexual harassment? Nisha, the preventing measures under the Sexual Harassment of Women at Workplace Prevention, Prohibition and Redressal Act 2013 are as to implement or explicit promise of the preferred treatment in her employment, implied or explicit threat of detrimental treatment in her employment, implied or explicit threat about her present or future employment status, interferes with her work or creating an intimidating or offensive or hostile work environment for her, humiliating treatment likely to affect her health or safety. These provisions are laid down under Section 3 of this Act. Sir, how can an aggrieved woman make complaint? Nisha, an aggrieved woman may make in writing a complaint of sexual harassment of workplace to the internal committee, if so constituted, or the local committee. Sir, what is the internal committee? As laid down in Section 4 of this Act, employer is required to constitute an internal committee. Means every employer of a workplace shall, by an order in writing, constitute a committee to be known as the internal committee. The main feature of this committee is that the maximum number of the members of this committees are the female, as well as the director or CEO or the operational head is required to be member of this committee. Sir, what are the powers of this internal committee? The internal committee or the local committee, as the case may be, shall have the same power as are vested in a civil code under the Code of Civil Procedure 1908. when trying a suit in respect of the following matters, namely summoning and enforcing the attendance of any person and examining him on oath. Next, requiring the discovery and production of documents. Next, any other which may be prescribed. And these all provisions or power of internal committees are laid down under section 11 of this act. Okay, sir. If any case is pending, so what are the actions during pendency of the complaint taken by the this committee? All these provisions regarding action during pendency of the complaints are laid down under section 12 of this act. For example, number 1, transfer the aggrieved women or respondent to any other workplace. Number 2, grant leave to the aggrieved women upon a period of 3 months. Number 3, grant such other relief to the aggrieved women as may be prescribed. Okay, sir, that may be a possible that any women can make complaint on false grounds. So, what will happen next? The punishment for false or malicious complaint and false evidence are laid down under section 14 of this act in accordance with service rules or may be prescribed. And what is the method of conciliation? Internal or local committee may attempt to settle the complaint but not with monetary consideration, and this provision is laid down under section 10 of this act. And what are the provisions under this act? Section 16 of this act laid down that publication or making known contents of complaints and inquiry proceeding is prohibited. Section 17 says default of this provision will attract penalty. Sir, what are the points for consideration for determination of compensation? Okay, Nisha, consideration for determination of compensations are laid, all the advices or guidelines are laid down under section 15. Number 1, mental trauma, pain, suffering and emotional distress caused to the aggrieved women. Number 2, the loss in the career opportunity due to the incident of sexual harassment. Number 3, medical expenses incurred by the victim for physical or psychiatric treatment. Number 4, the income and the financial status of the respondent. Number 5, feasibility of such payment in lump sum or in installments. Sir, I want to know one thing more. That what is the time period of the inquiry report submission by the committee? Section 13 of this act says that the inquiry report by committee within 10 days are to be submitted. Sir, today you have really taught me well about the provisions of the Sexual Harassment of Women at Workplace Prevention, Prohibition and Redressal Act 2013. As I am also a female, so now I have come to know that I am well equipped with few rights while working at my workplace, and all these instructions are laid down under this act. And I hope, as because our society is also growing, so first of all, there is a requirement of some mental strongness, so that if the male, first of all, this that the male workers or the employees should understand that all we are equal, no matter whether male or female, to work in a company or at workplace, and these mischievous activities should not be taken place at workplace. So I am very happy to know about all this information, especially about the internal work committee. So thanks, sir, for giving me all this information. And all the females who are working or who are a professional, don't get afraid. You are equipped with the rights and laws, but mind it that always speak about it. Don't try to hide it. Definitely, Nisha, I welcome your point, as the work is the worship. So workplace is like a temple or a holy place. So we must respect our work, because our bread is entirely, or our dependents' bread or livelihood is entirely depend upon our earnings. So while working at workplace, we all are equal, no matter if male or female. We must respect each other as an employee. So I really appreciate your thought, and to all the viewers who are watching my video, I hope that you would like this. In brief, I have told you about the Sexual Harassment of Women Act at Workplace Prevention, Prohibition and Redressal Act 2013. But in short, I would like to give a message to you also. We are a human being first. We have our basic necessities first. We do earn for us and our family. So this must be our priority. Besides this, we must respect the culture and values of the workplace, last but not least, we must respect the women, as we have taken birth from a woman itself. So, do you respect the women, and definitely your life will be more smooth. Thanks for watching my video. If you are new, please subscribe and see me like or share. Thanks for watching this video.